I'm Lamar. This is Blue Haired Fitness, and I'm going to talk to you about how I've lost 14.8 kilograms in the first 8 weeks of my program. If you're over 50, you need to lose a massive amount of weight, like 50 pounds or more. Click subscribe, click subscribe, like this video. Let me help you do that, and we can do it together. So, in my routine, I guess my routine for fat loss is, I don't know if it's simple or not, but this is what I do. First thing is sleep. So when I started this in April 29th was my first walk. When I started this in April, I started to prioritize sleep. Like, I am historically not a good sleeper. I've had a lot of sleep issues. I do not like taking medication to help me sleep. So this was something that I was going to have to work out metabolically. And the walking actually has helped work out metabolically, but I wouldn't say I'm a great sleeper. Like, I know people that lay down and they're asleep within 10 minutes. That is a dream of mine. I've never had that happen. That's not true. It's happened to me once or twice, but I have to be like absolutely exhausted. So one of the things that I did was I made a decision to prioritize sleep, and I started going into the bed, laying down, turning off the lights really early, 7, 8 o'clock at night, just so I could start getting my body used to sleep. Back in the day, no one talked about sleep, and if you talked about sleep, then you're being lazy. But now we understand how important sleep is to recovery, to health, to facilitating growth and repair of muscle tissues, all of the things. So I made an attempt, not an attempt, I did prioritize sleep, and my sleep did get better, and I started monitoring like my recovery and how I was feeling in the morning and things like that. That directly follows up with my mornings, which I go walking immediately. I don't eat breakfast first. I walk fasted, and my walks are about 7.98 kilograms, 7.98 kilometers, so about 8 kilometers. And I walk along the Han River, and I try to walk early-ish. So when I say early, I mean 5 or 6. I don't generally walk that early for reasons. Normally I'm somewhere leaving around between 8:30, 9:30, and my walk is about an hour and 15 minutes. And I walk for a goal. Like I said, I don't walk for steps. I don't recommend walking for steps as your goal, because then you start doing weird things in the short term that actually damage your long-term goal, like goal acquisition. So walk for a reason. So I have a circuit that I walk, and that's an accomplishment. And I walk for that reason every morning. If something happens and it gets pushed back, I tend to push it back into the afternoon. So I'm probably walking at times that are quote unquote not healthy for you, but I do them every day, or I've done them so many days that it doesn't really bother me. But it is high heat, and I don't recommend starting your walking in like severely adverse conditions. Like, when I'm walking in the middle of the day, sometimes the thermometer is hitting 38 degrees centigrade, and then with humidity, it's whatever it feels like. You probably don't want to be doing that. I mean, 36, I've seen that on my watch plenty of times. But for me, I knew that this was going to be a process. I knew it was going to be a journey. I knew it was going to happen in, a day. And so I accepted the fact that there were going to be days where I did things that challenged myself. And that's one of the things that I do that challenges myself. If I need to walk in the middle of the day, I get my water and I go out and walk. Speaking of water, it's something that transitioned over time. So when I started, which was essentially the beginning of May, I actually didn't take water with me. And it was fine. I mean, I was doing a lot to my body at that time. It was having, especially those first 2 weeks. I guess I'm considered a high volume walker. So going from being sedentary to a high volume walker was quite the change. So the adaptation was severe, but not severe in ways that made me think, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore, or I'm not going to be able to continue to do this for the rest of my life. It was just when I got back from my walks, I was downing probably 1.5 liters of water, sometimes 2. If it was a particularly rough day, 2.5 liters of water. So what I learned over the course of that month was it was probably better to just take water with me. I really wasn't worried about heat stress or heat stroke. I've done a lot of training on heat stress and heat stroke. I've been given a lot of training on heat stress and heat stroke. I was very aware of, the symptoms, the side effects, all of the things. And at the same time, it was like, during the course of that first month, I was just trying to get out there and get it done. And I wasn't taking the time to take the 3 minutes or whatever to fill up my water bottle, throw a pinch of salt in there and hit the road. But by the time I got to the end of May, it was undeniable. Like, it was too hot. The humidity was too high. The sun was it was too much to no longer be taking water with me. And I didn't take water with me like the last day of May. And I really regretted it because I did a longer walk. I think I did 12.7 kilometers. And I regretted it because I didn't take any water. I did that longer walk and I really dehydrated myself, and I was forced to take at least one day off. And I took the following day, I took 2 days off. I took 1 day off my walking just to recover, and I took the next day off because I always take one more day than I think I need just to be sure. So that's my walking routine. Then I come home, clean up, and I tend not to eat immediately. But when I do eat, it's normally protein forward. So, I'll have my eggs. I'll have, steak maybe. I made steaks the night before, so I'll make some steaks with that. Something green. So a lot of times I love making homemade pico de gallo. I love the light, easy kind of salad because that's really what pico is. Right, so I love the onion, tomato, cucumber, which is not in my pico, but onion, tomato, cucumber, like that combination with, some acid, salt, pepper. Like, I just love eating that. It tastes really good to me. So a lot of times I'll have eggs, protein, and some pico on there, and that's what I'll have for my breakfast. And I do my exercise fasted. So that'll be the first time I ate for the day, and depending on when I ate earlier, I'll record a fast. So I only record a fast if it's been like 18 hours or more. So if I haven't eaten in 16 hours or 12 hours, I don't really even record that. I only record a fast if it's been over 16 hours. I might record the fast. 18 hours, I will record the fast, and that's my day. And that's just how I move through the day. I repeat that routine day after day. 26 days out of 30, that's exactly what's happening in my life. And, I'm on pace consistently to make the 40 kilograms lost in about 22 weeks. It's like 42 kilograms in 22 weeks. And I'm never hungry. So that's my fat loss. Those are my fat loss tips. Get your sleep. Build your habit of walking. Keep yourself hydrated. And eat the right things on a regular basis. That's what I do. So again, this is Blue Hair Fitness. My name is Lamar. If you want to learn more about this, please click subscribe and join the channel. I really appreciate it.